John Cole with DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and as you guys know, the New Year's is upon us, or whether you're watching this during the New Year's when this is being filmed, 2019, or even after the fact, all these same principles and tips will apply to you guys, right? And so the reason for this episode is because around the New Year, or actually any time of year, you guys can get on a juice cleanse, if you want to call it a juice fast, or a juice feast, or actually a term I like better, a solid food vacation. It's an excellent time to do that now, right? Don't wait any further, right? Give your body a chance to detox, relax, and give your body literally pure food in the easiest form that you can digest in a juice format, with all that is packed with vitamins and minerals and phytochemicals, enzymes, that's going to help your body heal and recover. You know, I've seen it time and time again where I get testimonials from people that I've sold juicers to that say, John, I lost weight, I got healthier, I got rid of my cancer, all kinds of things happen when you start doing the right stuff to your body, and I believe juicing is an important part of that. In this episode, what I'll be doing is I'll be showing you guys my personal tips on juice fasting or juice feasting. Actually, the 7 tips or mistakes that are common that I don't want you guys to do. Now that being said, I don't coach people doing juice fasting or juice feasting or solid food vacations. What I do is I sell the juicer. So of course, buying the right juicer, which will be one of the points, will be part of that. But I would encourage you guys, if you guys want to learn more about juice fasting, juice feasting, there's several really good resources out there, right? Number one, I would encourage you guys to look up a documentary called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. It's on YouTube, it's on Netflix, maybe it's on YouTube. If I find a link, I'll put it down in the description below. But watch that movie. Super important, super critical. I mean, you will see the journey of a guy that never juiced before, that was fat, sick, and literally nearly dead, going to lose his life because of heart disease and high cholesterol and probably high blood sugar and all kinds of other stuff. And he literally turned his life around by just getting on the fresh juice, right? So that's number one. Number two, I'd encourage you guys to reach out to somebody that does do coaching for people to get them off the toxic foods, to get them on a juice feast or a solid food vacation and turn their health around. So somebody that I have known a long time is a guy named John Rose. He's on YouTube, so look him up. He does the coaching for people, getting people into the juice feasting. That being said, if you guys need a juicer for juice feasting, hey, be sure to check my other videos. I have over 500 videos on this channel dedicated to comparing and contrasting all the different juicers so you guys get the right one for you. All the information I'll be sharing in this episode is actually for educational purposes only, and before making any dietary changes to your life, including adding juicing or going on a juice feast, juice fast, whatever you want to call it, please consult a professional, a professional doctor, nutritionist, or somebody that you can trust if you do not want to take your health into your own hands and as your own responsibility, all right? So with that being said, let's go ahead and just dive right in, get into the top 7 mistakes you want to avoid. I think mistake number 1 is you're trying to go on a juice feast or juice fast. That's literally where you're just drinking juice. You're not eating any food, you're not eating junk food, you're not eating anything else, not even fruits and vegetables. You're only consuming the juices. So, I see when people just try to drink like 1 juice a day and, okay, I'm on a juice fast, I drink 1 juice a day. 1 juice a day, I'm sorry, is not going to do it, right? Literally, when you're on a juice fast, you need to replace the calories you would normally eat from food with juices. So what's the right amount of juice to drink? Well, I could throw numbers out there and say everybody needs to drink this much, but it's not that simple. Everybody does not need to be drinking this much juice. It depends on you and how many calories you burn, what kind of activity levels you do. Like if you play heavy sports and play basketball with the guys every night for 2 hours, right? You're going to need to drink more juice than somebody that's just a homemaker sitting at home and just taking care of the kids, watching some TV and vacuuming, right? You're going to not need as much juice. So I don't like to make any specific recommendations, but what I will say is that most people I see, and if I was on a juice fast, I would tend to drink between 3 to 4 quarts of juice a day. I like to actually use these kind of mason jars or wide mouth mason jars that you can juice right into with the Shine juice that I'll be using in a little bit. And 3 to 4 of those, you might need, a little bit more, you might need a bit less. Sometimes I've juiced up to 2 gallons in a day, on a juice fast. The second mistake I see people make on a juice fast or a juice feast or a solid food vacation is not going long enough or going too long, right? And once again, I'm not going to tell you guys to do a 7-day juice fast, a 14-day, a 30-day, a 40-day, a 100-day juice fast, a 3-day. I'm not going to tell you the exact amount of time because I don't know you and your body. I don't know, if you're eating McDonald's every day for the last 5 years and now all of a sudden you go on a juice fast, guess what? Your body's going to be like, whoa, I'm getting all this healthy stuff. I don't know what to do. And your body's going to freak out, So if you haven't had the best diet in the past, then you might not want to go for as long of a juice fast, right? If you have a chronic health condition and it's like, John, I got a diagnosis, of a life-threatening illness and I need to do something now. Otherwise, the doctor said I had 2 months to live. Well, then guess what? You don't have time to mess around, and I would just go on a straight juice fast for as long as you can handle it. And of course, I always encourage a supervised juice fast if you could find somebody that's going to help supervise you to make sure that you are doing it correctly and healthfully. If you guys just want to lose some weight, hey, maybe you might want to go for 7 days. But hey, the longer you go on a juice fast, right? Why is the juice fast so good? Is because the longer you go on a juice fast, the more fresh fruits and vegetables you guys are eating, which are the best foods on the entire planet for losing weight and getting healthy. And more importantly, aside from getting the right stuff in, you're not eating the bad stuff. You're not eating that McDonald's. You're not eating the processed foods, the junk foods, the diet vegan cheese, whatever other vegan food products you guys are eating that are highly processed. I'm not a big fan of processed foods or animal products for that matter. I just want you guys to get on the fruits and vegetables. As a matter of fact, I've been living on fruits and vegetables now for the last 23 years, so you can do it successfully. But anyways, as to how long, that's what you guys need to come up with. I mean, if it was me, I think a good, length of time for me is a good 7 days. If I needed to go longer, I could go longer, and you could always extend it. And the other thing I want you to do is not be set. Like, okay, I'm going to do 7 days. It's in my head, but at day 5, you're feeling horrible. You're throwing up. You're vomiting. All these crazy things are happening. In my opinion, I wouldn't go 2 more days. I would end it right there, try to relax, and more importantly, go back to eating healthfully, and then start up a juice fast or a juice feast, and do another one, after you kind of recovered, right? So you guys need to kind of pay attention to your own body, and if you're feeling great after 5 days because you say, I'm going to do 5 days, and you're feeling great, like, I could keep doing this. Keep doing it, right? Don't just because you set a date or how many days you're going to do it, don't mean you have to do it. You could always go shorter or longer. So, and the other thing I like to tell people is that I think of a juice fast or just my way of eating as an experiment, My experiment could end at any time. I could end what I'm doing and how I'm living tomorrow, and I could go back to eating McDonald's or eating whatever you want, right? But I would encourage you guys to feel in and check in with your body. If you're feeling great, if this is feeling good to you, hey, continue it, right? Third mistake I see people make on a juice feast or a juice fast has to do with not actually the juice fast itself, but preparing for or ending the juice fast, right? Super important, super critical times, right? I mean, if you're just going from eating McDonald's to a juice fast, that's a big shock on your body. So I would encourage you guys, if you have the time and ability, to transition into your juice fast. How can you do this? Well, you want to slowly start removing all the processed foods and the animal foods out of your diet and increasing the healthy foods, right? Increase the foods that you will be juicing on the juice fast anyway. So increase your fruits and vegetables, increase your carrots, increase your cucumbers, increase your pineapples, apples, oranges, bananas, increase your kale. What I like to recommend is that people eat like 40% of the food that they're eating like the week before and especially the week after in fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. Especially the week after you're coming off your juice fast, your body is not had to digest solid food for a while. So it's good to kind of ease your way into eating the solid food once you're done with the juice fast. Don't just okay, I've done my juice fast, now I'm going to go back and eat junk food. That's not a good idea in my opinion. Fourth mistake I see people make when on a juice fast is that they don't stay hydrated enough. Although juice is literally the water from the fruits and the vegetables, so it's the best purified water on earth. I like to drink actually cucumber water instead of drink water myself. It's very important if you're on a juice fast, and especially if you've never done it before, is to make sure you stay hydrated, right? Hydration or water are how toxins are moved out of the body. Anyways, whether that's through your sweat or through your pee or whatever. So very important during your juice fast, when you're drinking a juice, you might have a juice of 16 to 32 ounces in one sitting, and then before you make your next juice, about halfway in between your last juice and your next juice, right? You want to drink some water. I like to drink between 16 and 24 ounces of water. If you don't want to do water, you can do some hot tea. You can do some coconut water, which is my preferred method of water. And don't just drink tap water, please, right? Get some purified water. I would prefer distilled or reverse osmosis water, you know, over some kind of like just filtered water that still may have minerals and potentially other contaminants in there. Of course, if you want to, you could also juice, you know, maybe cucumbers and celery to stay hydrated. But of course, you know, the water could be definitely beneficial. It could take away some of the, you know, cleansing effects that you may be having on your, you know, juice feast. So yeah, make sure you drink water 16 to 24 ounces in between, and make sure you stay hydrated enough, because that'll help pull and flush some of the toxins out. Fifth mistake I see people make on a juice feast or a juice fast is once they're done with their juice fast, they put the juicer up in the closet and they never use it again, or they sell their juicer. No, 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 no. That's not what you should do. I mean, juicing to me is part of my healthy lifestyle. You know, I know some people like might want to like do this whole binge purge thing where you eat junk food and then you like cleanse and drink juice and eat healthy for a week, but then you go back to eating the junk food again, right? I don't have to tell you guys that you should not be doing this binge purge thing. I live with somebody that did binging and purging, and now she has no teeth, actually, which is quite sad. But I want you guys to be stable. So once you're done with your juice fast, right, I want you to continue to juice, right? Don't make this mistake of not juicing just because you're done with your juice fast. I want you to continue to juice on a regular basis, right? Me personally, I like to drink fresh juice every day. And a matter of fact, I don't eat breakfast anymore, actually. I drink fresh juice for my breakfast. So, you know, I see juices as a meal replacement for me. And generally these days, I don't even like to eat before noon. So when I get up, I might have, you know, a celery juice or a coconut water, might have some more, 32 ounces of juice. And then only after noon do I start actually eating a real food. In this way, I feel that my body is kind of easing into the day and I'm giving my digestive system a greater break. Right? Because especially some of the meat and processed foods, those are really hard foods to digest. Meanwhile, liquids and juices are some of the easiest foods for your body to digest. And if you think about it, what does breakfast mean? Well, it's two words, break fast. You're breaking your fast. You're breaking your fast of not eating for the last 8 hours, hopefully, if you got a good 8 hours of sleep. So yeah, I would encourage you to continue juicing after your juice fast is done. That's super important and super critical. And of course, make other dietary changes as well. Eat more plant foods, eat more whole food, plant-based materials, including lots of the fruits and vegetables, which are the healthiest of them all. Tip number 6 is get the appropriate juicer, right? Get the right juicer to juice on your juice fast, right? What many people don't understand is that, you know, your juicer is your key to doing your juice fast. You know, I've had people email me at the last minute, John, I'm on a juice fast and my juicer broke because I bought a cheap one, right? I do not want that happening to you guys. I want you guys to buy a good juicer the first time so that during the middle of your juice fast, when you're depending on your juicer is there for you and you're going to be working properly, right? There's many different inexpensive juicers you guys can get at a department store, online, but the problem with that is that many of them are very low quality. They have a very short warranty and they may break sooner rather than later, and the company may just be a fly-by-night company and you're not going to get service. All the juicers we sell at discount juicers are tried and true models, right? And yes, there are inexpensive models and there are more expensive models. Of course, I would encourage you guys, because you will be juicers for life after you get the benefits from your juice fast, and you will want to juice on a continual basis because you feel the difference on how it makes you feel. You feel that you have more energy. You have a greater clarity of mind, right? You're shedding the weight and you're keeping it off. And you're just going to want to do this forever. So buy a good juicer in the get-go so that you have one that is actually quite durable. So, you know, the thing I'm going to say about the juicers, because I have over 500 videos on that, is that if you're going on a juice fast, what I want you guys to juice is I want you guys to juice a wide variety of things. Things like root vegetables, like carrots, things like softer vegetables or fruity vegetables, like cucumbers, which botanically is a fruit because they have seeds, although we classify it as a vegetable. Things like the ginger or the turmeric, I have the ginger here, which are highly antioxidant foods. Things like the pineapple that have a very soft texture, or fruits that will actually add sweetness to your juice so you can actually get them down and they don't taste too nasty. And then of course things like the leafy greens. The leafy greens are probably one of the most important food items you should be juicing. I mean, these are tree collard greens out of my garden. You could be juicing kale, it doesn't really matter. You could be juicing Swiss chard or spinach. But the collard greens, the kale, and all the cruciferous family of plants have powerful anti-cancer and powerful anti-aging properties within them, and they are released when they're raw and totally juiced up. You know, the isothiocyanate. So I'd encourage you guys to get those. So like literally you are disease-proofing yourself. Not only are you going to be losing weight, not only are you going to be healthier, but you're going to disease-proof yourself so that, you know, you may have a less likelihood to get cancer. You know, I just speaking to a friend the other day, and she had a high school friend that just lost her life due to brain cancer. And my friend said, oh, it's genetic. And I'm like, you know, my thought is that if you eat foods that prevent the cancer from growing, right, if you have a disease-proof body, right, if like you're being attacked by Indians and you put up a fort, right, you're less likely to get overrun. But if you're just sitting there in teepees, right, the Indians are going to attack you, they're going to get you, right? Maybe that's a bad analogy. But, you know, I want you guys to literally fortify yourself, make your defenses strong so that you're more resilient against any of the many diseases that may be out there to get you, all right? So knowing that you guys want to juice a wide variety, right, my basic recommendations are two things. Many people get a fast juicer. That's the kind of juicer they used in the Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead movie, right? That's a Breville high-speed juicer. And the high-speed juicers, they're the least expensive juicers. They're very, very, you know, simple juicers. Basically, they have a motor, they have a fast-spinning blade that shreds up the produce, that basically kicks out the produce into a hopper in the back. They're very loud. I mean, they're actually really good at producing a good yield on the carrots and decent yield on the cucumbers, decent yield on the ginger. I don't know, fair yield on the pineapple, not so good because it kicks out a lot of wet pulp. But a terrible yield on the greens, which is something I want you guys to focus on. The other benefit of the high-speed machine is that they're fast. So like you're like, John, I don't have any time to juice, man. I got to be out the door, right? You could literally juice a glass in a high-speed juicer in a minute, right, and be done. But then you still got to clean the juicer, of course. Now the thing is, although it's fast, although it doesn't juice leafy greens, right? I think some juice is better than no juice, and at least if you're going to juice, a high-speed juicer is better than nothing. But I want you guys to take it to the next level. If you guys are going to take the time to invest in yourself, and you are the most important thing you guys can invest in. You know, I only know this because I almost lost my life when I was younger, and I almost wasn't going to be here. And I was given a second chance at life. I can only say through higher powers, and I had to incorporate a healthy diet and healthy lifestyle to my life so that I wouldn't get sick. I had to disease-proof myself so that I wouldn't come down with the sickness and the illness that I previously had because the doctor said my body, due to my genes, were more susceptible. You know, and I've learned how to do that, and juicing is a big part of the way I do that. And juicing takes time. You know, sometimes it takes me an hour to juice. I might make juice for a day or two, you know, so I'll spend an hour juicing. I'll have enough juice for today and tomorrow for, you know, me and maybe a friend or something. I'll have extras if my parents visit or my brother comes by. But I always have juice available and ready so it's convenient and I could always drink it. And, you know, that is worth it to me because the more you invest in yourself and taking the time to treat yourself right, maybe go out and get a massage, you know, to juice, right, your body will benefit. You will have more energy because of the juice, because of the time you're taking. And if you use a slow juicer, such as the one I'm showing you guys today, right, you will even get greater levels of some of the phytonutrients that are extracted from the produce you're juicing. And this is in documented scientific studies. The high-speed juice compared to a low-speed juice has more, basically, cancer-fighting ability. You know, in a petri dish. Does that translate down into the body? I would like to think so, but I don't really know. But, you know, take the time to juice it right. The slow juicers will have more of these valuable phytonutrients. The juice will taste better. And especially on the leafy greens, you know, you're going to get a higher yield. And it's just going to take a little bit longer, right? And you'll see how long it takes. It doesn't take that long. We're going to be juicing actually coming up next. So I'm going to make two different juicer recommendations for you guys in this episode. The low-cost option and the option if you're serious about making lifestyle changes and you will be a juicer for life, all right? So the low-cost option for you guys that don't have a lot of money, that aren't quite sure that you want to do juicing forever, but you know that you want to get on a juice fast and have a dependable juicer, this is the one I'd recommend. This happens to be my travel juicer. I only use this when I travel because it's actually so light and compact and works well. It's under $150. It has a full 3-year warranty and is backed up by a company that has been selling health products in the United States for over 30 years now. So it's a solid company, not going anywhere, and parts are available. This is the Shine Juicer. I'll post a link down below in the description so you guys can go right to this product to learn more about it. Now this is the low-end machine. Now if you want the real machine, the one I use that's sitting on my kitchen counter, I use the Omega VSJ843. That's also a vertical juicer like this, but this is the high-end model. It's under $400. It has a full 15-year warranty, which is 5 times longer than this guy. I mean, that's the one for the long haul. You know, it puts less pulp in the juice. It has a longer duty cycle. I mean, that's the one I literally juice for an hour or sometimes 2 hours straight without stopping. You know, this guy has a 10-minute duty cycle limit, so that means you could probably make about a quart and a half of juice before you should stop the machine, let it rest, let it cool down. You know, and that's one of the negatives of buying a less expensive machine. You know, the more expensive machine also takes me about a minute less to clean and just works really great, gets higher yields, and puts less pulp in the juice. Once again, a link is down below for the Shine as well as the Omega VSJ843, the other machine that I would recommend for people on juice fasting that want to juice a wide variety of ingredients. All right, 7th and final tip, this is where it's going to get a bit long here, is I want you guys to juice the right ingredients. That's very important, right? You could succeed or fail on your juice fast by not juicing the right ingredients, right? And in general, what I recommend for people juicing is that they juice 80% of the juices they drink should be vegetables, and 20%, up to 20%, should be fruits, right? And you may need to adjust this a little bit. You might need to put a little more fruits in the beginning so that the juices taste good to you. But, you know, I like to encourage people to basically get more vegetables into them. Vegetables, especially the leafy greens, are the most under-eaten foods on the entire planet, and they're the most health-building. You know, juice some watercress, juice some kale, juice some collard, juice some Swiss chard, juice some bok choy, right? Juice some spinach, juice lettuce, you know. So many, juice dandelion leaves, good for your liver. So many different foods you guys could juice, right? That being said, you know, if you guys are doing a lot of athletic activity and sports, then you might want to drink more fruit-based juices because they will generally give you guys more calories, right? And don't just think, John, fruit juices, man, they're bad, they're full of sugar. Well, I want you guys to just check out the link down below I have in the description. It's actually, you know, why fruit juice is not as bad as you guys think, right? Fruit juice could be plenty good, but, you know, in my opinion, the vegetables are definitely better. But, you know, I would personally rather drink a fruit juice rather than the soda, you know, and a really inexpensive fruit to juice is watermelon. You get a huge watermelon for a couple bucks, and watermelon makes a lot of juice. Oh my God, I could juice one big watermelon and have juice for the day. That being said, every day if I'm drinking 4 quarts of juice on a juice fast, every quart that I drink is going to be a different juice, right? And that's the next thing I want to share with you guys. I want you guys to drink a variety of juices. Don't just, John, I'm just going to go on a carrot juice fast and drink carrot juice day in, day out, 4 quarts a day. That's not maybe the best idea. Now, if you don't have any money and carrots are the really least expensive vegetable you could buy, you know, I used to juice carrots like every morning and afternoon, and that's what I did. You know, hey, I think that's definitely better than most things you guys could be doing. But, you know, even better yet is juicing a variety of things. You know, I like to have carrot juice once a day, and then sometimes I might like to have, you know, a green juice. You know, in the mornings, I generally start out with celery juice, and that's what I'd recommend for you guys. Start out your juice feast every day with at least 16 ounces, maybe more if you guys could tolerate it, of straight celery juice. This is something the medical medium recommends. Another guy you might want to look up. He claims and gets lots of testimonials from people just doing straight celery juice in the morning before anything else, before they eat anything else, and waiting a half hour before they eat or juice anything else. And he's getting all these amazing testimonials. So, you know, the power of the vegetables and the celery can do many things. So, you know, that might be a really good juice to start out with. But, you know, in the end, I want you guys to get a variety of ingredients in your juices, right? Go to that supermarket and start buying some of those leafy greens that you haven't tried before, right? Go buy some beets. Beets are an excellent root vegetable juice. Buy some jicama. You got to peel the jicama before juicing it. But jicama is an excellent vegetable juice. It has a nice watery flavor, nice neutral flavor. It'll also feed your probiotics in your intestines because of all the inulin or prebiotic fibers contained within. And I want you guys to switch them out every day. Now, another thing I like to share with you guys is actually my standard juice recipe. I'll put a link down below where I explain this more. It's called Free Juice Recipes for Life, because I know people want to like look up recipes. John, what's the recipe I should drink for my juice fast? Well, I don't really live my life by recipes. I've been doing this long enough so that I know how to combine the right ingredients so that it always generally tastes good. I have a pretty simple formula. You guys want to basically fill 75% of your glass with one of these ingredients. 75% of the glass should be one or a combination of these, and you could switch these up every day. You could do, carrots. You could do something like cucumbers. You could do something like celery. You could do something like zucchini, something like romaine hearts, right? Something like the jicama that I talked about, right? That could be 75% of your glass. You could also use some apples in there. You could also use some fruits in there. I would definitely lower the amounts of fruits, but if you need to and you're starting out, up to 75% is great. And then the other 25% should be something like that's super strong, right? Don't put a lot of ginger in. I got a little 1-inch nub there. Don't put a lot of kale in. Don't make kale 75% and then the rest 25% of apples, right? That's going to be really strong, especially if you're new into it. If you're old school and have been doing this a long time, yeah, go for the hardcore juices. But if you're just starting out, do a lot of those mild greens. Another mild green I like to use is actually the bok choy stems. Oh my God, when I have bok choy in my garden, I like to just use the bok choy stems. That's a nice, really water-rich, 75% of my juice to make it nice and mild. Generally, I use a lot of carrots because they tend to be pretty inexpensive. I get them at Costco, Organic, or Sam's Club, about 60 cents a pound. Also, if you're lucky to have a natural grocers near you, organic could be 60 cents a pound. If you guys don't want to get organic, you guys could get conventional. And if you guys can't afford, I always encourage you guys to use organic produce, but if you guys can't afford it, get conventional produce. Conventional produce is still better than basically anything else in the whole entire grocery store, right? And conventional carrots are even cheaper. They're like a 25-pound bag near me. It's about $6. So that's going to make your juice feast really inexpensive. Now, along with juicing the right ingredients, some more tips I want to give you guys. I want you guys to juice a variety of colors. I often like to purchase, when I'm able, to get the purple carrots actually instead of the orange ones that are actually more nutritious, right? I want you guys to juice many different colors, right? Foods of many different colors. Get those nice colored beets, right? I juice even like the dark black, tomatoes called tomatoes, right? And get red peppers and orange peppers and the yellow peppers. Juice some cauliflower. You could use broccoli. There's so many different things you guys could juice. Get the purple Brussels sprouts if you guys could find them. Oh, and make sure another really inexpensive item to juice is the purple or red cabbage. That's one very important ingredient that can be quite good. And that could actually make another, the cabbage is a nice mild vegetable, could make up 75% of your glass easily. But yeah, I want you guys to always juice a variety and try not to make the same juices 2 days in a row. So if you had like carrot juice with apple today, hey, make at least carrot juice pineapple tomorrow, or carrot juice pineapple ginger. Switch them up just a little bit every day so that you're not duplicating the same exact juices. Because as much as there's a lot of good nutrients in certain foods, and if you exclude other foods to juice pineapple, for example, and you're not juicing apples, you're not going to get the anti-cancer benefits that are in the skin of the apples if you're only juicing pineapple. Likewise, in the kale, right, there's anti-cancer properties in the kale, but if you juice too much kale or collard greens, right, there's anti-nutrients in the kale and collard greens that may, build up over time. So I want you guys to always rotate. If you're doing kale today, do bok choy tomorrow, collard greens the next day, do spinach the following day, do some dandelion, just keep rotating through, do some escarole, some endive, some radicchio as your leafy green. Those guys are going to taste pretty strong. I always want you guys to switch them up. So yeah, don't make the mistake of juicing the same thing every day. Alright, so for the last part of this episode, I thought I'd actually juice something for you guys today, and actually this came in as a suggestion from one of my followers there. She said, John, does a shine juicer handle a leafy green? So I picked some leafy greens out of my garden, and we're going to juice them up. This would be a really good, solid juice recipe for you guys to make. Basically I have organic carrots, I have an organic pineapple, one organic cucumber, some organic ginger, and these collard greens, and we'll be juicing them in the shine juicer. And I want to just show you guys actually how long this takes me to juice. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get the stopwatch app out. We're going to go ahead and hit the start. And we're going to start this from the time it takes me to start processing the produce. So before you, juice anything, you got to pre-cut certain produce items. Obviously, you got to cut up the pineapple, cut off the skin. I got to chop up these leafy greens and cut the cucumber in half. The carrots will pretty much go in as they are, all right? So we're just going to go ahead and get started. We'll just fast forward this until I'm ready to start juicing. And so you can just see the process and how long it takes me to prep my produce. Alright, so there you guys have it. It literally took me, I don't know, 2 minutes to cut all this produce up. I could have saved time if I had it pre-cut, or where you buy things pre-cut. But super simple, super easy. I guess we're going to go ahead and reset the stopwatch, and we're going to go ahead and get juicing. Now, how I'm going to juice is I'm just not going to put in all the pineapple and all the greens and all the cucumbers. I'm going to put one ingredient at a time and rotate. So I'm going to put the softest item in first, maybe a cucumber, maybe a pineapple, followed by some greens, and then one of the carrots to kind of push all that stuff through. Oh, and I forgot the ginger here. On the ginger, you know, you could put the piece in whole, but I would encourage you guys to cut it across the grain into little slices so that it juices better and does not clog up the juice. So that's very important, all right? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and juice. We'll hit start, and we're just going to speed this up for you guys so you guys don't have to wait around watching me juice all this produce. Alright, so as you guys can see, I'm just about done juicing. I got literally 32 ounces of juice that I've made with the Shine juicer. It did not stop at once. It easily juiced all those greens. I have a few pineapples left, which is probably good. I'd like to be left with some fruit, and I have one carrot left. I think we're just about to overload our collection. Alright, so we're just about done juicing. Looks like our collection cup's going to overflow here, so we'll go ahead and put the spout cap down, and here is our juice, and it probably took us about 6 to 7 minutes, maybe 6 minutes to juice this much. I had some technical difficulties there. But yeah, about 6 minutes to juice this much juice in the Shine juicer. And that's, you know, just not a lot of time, you know, because it is for your health. This is some of the best stuff you could be drinking. So we're going to go ahead and try this. That's quite a good recipe. I definitely taste the green influence. The greens are quite strong. If it was you guys, you might not want to juice that many greens, but I'm totally used to it, all right? So I guess in the end, I want to give you guys a few more tips on juice feasting, juice fasting, you know, solid food vacation, whatever you guys want to call it. I think the first tip I want to give you guys is once you make the juice, right, you want to drink it right after you make it, right? You have broken open the cell walls of the produce, right? Once you break open the cell walls, the nutrients are exposed to the air, they start to degrade, they start to oxidize, they start to break down. You don't want your juice to break down too much before drinking, so you want to make it and drink it. So if you're on a juice fast, I would encourage you to, you know, juice, you know, each bottle full, each jar full, each glass full, right before you make it if you are able. If you're not able, that's all right. You can make it all in the morning and then put it in mason jars and store it properly with a lid on it and pull a vacuum on it. I'll put a link down below where I show you guys actually how to vacuum save your juices so they can last, you know, longer without as much oxidative damage. You know, for as low as like $15 in parts, you could get, you could buy, you know, just a vacuum pump and a food saver vacuum lid jar attachment. All right. Next thing is when you're drinking your juice, don't just like, John, this juice tastes nasty, man. I'm gonna plug my nose and I'm gonna like glug it down and just get it into me as fast as I can, because that's the goal. Got to get this stuff into me because it's healthy even if it tastes bad, right? I mean, while it might be good to get it in you as fast as possible, you know, for whatever reason, that's actually not what you want to do, right? You want to try to nurse your drink, right? You want to drink this and take a mouthful. Swish it around in your mouth, you know. Once you start doing that, it actually starts to salivate right now, just having that in my mouth because it tastes so good. You'll make more saliva, you'll mix it with your saliva, you'll get better digestion. Make the chewing motion, even though you don't need to chew this because, you know, there's no fiber in there, or very little fiber. You still got all the soluble fiber, but not the insoluble fiber. Make the chewing motion because that actually enacts your digestive system to start working. So you're going to actually digest your juices better by, you know, not just glugging it down, but taking your time and making the chewing motion and mixing it in your mouth before swallowing. The final topic I'd like to cover real fast before I end this video is, should you guys buy organic produce or not? Like, basically all the produce you guys saw me juice today was organic, including the collard greens, which were grown in beyond organic fashion, but not certified organic in my garden. I know what was sprayed on it. I know the minerals and the trace minerals that are put into the soil. You know, and I would encourage you guys, if you guys have the money, to buy the organic whenever you guys can. You know, I found ways I could do that affordably. You know, the big box, you know, stores like the Costco and the Sam's Club, they will always usually have carrots no matter where in the country you guys live. They have other produce items that may not be as inexpensive as going to your local health food store. You know, Trader Joe's, Sprouts Farmers Markets are generally two of the stores that I like that are in my area. Natural grocers to some extent. Some things are cheap on, some things are expensive. You know, find a local produce distributor near you, buy in bulk. That's what I do for a lot of the produce. You know, find a specialty produce store and ask the produce manager, hey, going on a juice fast because I buy carrots by the case and get a special price, a discount, you know. And many times they will do that for you guys. So buy organic whenever you can, but don't make an excuse. John, I can't get organic, so I'm not going to juice fast. Don't do that because you're doing yourself a disservice. Even conventional produce is healthier for you guys than basically most any other food out there. But, you know, I strive to reduce the amount of pesticides and toxins in my life, and based on my research, I've seen that organic food can be, in many cases, but not always, you know, be more rich in the phytonutrients and have more vitamins and minerals, and this especially applies to my homegrown food. So I would encourage you guys to grow your own food, because then you have a whole garden of free food to juice, and that's what I love about gardening. Not only do I have higher quality, but I have as many collard greens, actually even more collard greens than I could just juice myself. Any case, if you guys enjoyed this episode, the information you got from it, I would encourage you guys to support me in my work by making your purchase at discountjuicers.com. This allows me to continue to make these educational videos comparing the juicers, share with you guys all the information I've learned over the last 23 years eating a fruit and vegetable dominated diet. So I want to thank you guys in advance to those of you guys that will purchase from me, and I want to thank you guys who have purchased from me in the past. In addition, I want to let you guys know that we have a price match policy. I would encourage you guys to buy the juicer from Discount Juicers at full price, so that I could, you know, keep my lights on, keep my bills paid. But if you guys, you know, find a lower price and it's important to you that you guys get the lowest price, let me know. Send me an email. Contact link is in the description down below. Let me know the lower price. Send me the link. I'll be glad to verify it and match the delivered price that any other authorized retailer would sell you on brand new merchandise that we have in stock, all right? If you guys enjoyed this video, hey, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. That'll encourage me to do more videos like this in the future. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button right down below. Make sure you click the little bell so you get notified of my new and upcoming episodes I've coming out about every 5 to 7 days. You never know what new juicer or vacuum blender or appliance that I'll be sharing with you guys that will allow you to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables. Also, be sure to check my past episodes. My past episodes are wealth and knowledge, or 500 episodes at this time, to you guys and comparing all the different juicers and vacuum blenders on the market so you guys can get the right appliance for you. And I think with that, my name is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for YouTube visitors.